Hello viewers and welcome to the video. This is the first time that I've raced for probably about 6 months now. I've got new sim gear that I'm going to do a review of shortly, and this was just a race to jump back into the Ferrari GT3 Challenge Series. The last time I was racing this series I managed to win Division 2 and came runner-up in Division 1, and generally had an I rating about 3,500. However, I've got a feeling that today's race is not going to go very well at all. I've only qualified in 10th, and that's a sign of lack of practice that I've had and just general lack of playing the game, and I'm just hoping to keep it clean today. So straight away going into turn 1, we've got a lot of cars moving about, and I really want to make it through this as cleanly as possible. I don't want anybody to hit me, and so I've kept a wide berth, but that pink car's just slipped through there. And unfortunately I think this means that I'm already dropping down to 12th, and the race has only just started, so not particularly a good start right off the bat. Straight away struggling under brakes as well, nearly going the back of him, which is never a good idea. And now I'm just trying to settle in. I'm just thinking, okay, I need to calm down. We've got the car to our left. I noticed that this car was actually the number 2 ranked car on the server. So my thinking here was, if I let this guy through, hopefully he's going to now cut through the pack. Perhaps he had a bad qualifying, and so I've let him through. My plan at this point is, let's follow him. He should be quick, and then hopefully he'll carve his way through the rest of the traffic, and if I stay with him, that will then work out well for me. So coming into the end of sort of lap 1 here, not the best start, and there's already a guy off there to the left. This guy up ahead is going pretty slowly as a result, so I've got to keep that in mind. Can I get past him, or should I hang back? The guy in the red car that's number 2 is certainly considering it. He should have the line into there, but nope, the guy outbraked him, and so now we're both stuck behind that guy. So it's just a case now of settling into it. There's not really too much I can do from here. I don't want to do a crazy lunge, just because this guy ultimately should be a good driver as well, rank 2. So ultimately this is just a waiting game now, just to see if we can find a point to go through. So it's worth mentioning, this is obviously the top split. I think there were 4 splits on this day, and this was obviously the top one. So these drivers are all pretty good. Even down in 12th, you're still going to have pretty high ranked drivers, although ultimately I'd like to be a bit higher than I am right now. Probably going to take a hit to my I rating if I finish in 12th. So just trying to obviously keep up with the pack, although I'm not feeling too kind of pressured at this point. So it's just trying to drive cleanly, try not to make any mistakes. And unfortunately in this bit here, I feel like I can carry a lot more speed into that, but the whole pack seems to be bunching up and causing me to actually scrub off speed. So now I'm sort of stuck quite far away as we're going down the main straight. Just having to sort of think, right, okay, that guy's going to brake a bit early, seems to be braking early. Can I catch him up on the brakes? And yeah, ultimately I take a huge chunk out of him there. It's just a case now of getting the line out here to carry the speed. In theory I can get in their slipstream, and then if I can kind of do the same on the brakes at the next corner, we should be right up behind him again. And hit the braking point. Yeah, we're right on him now, although I actually pushed a little bit too far in there and actually got it a bit wide. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part. If I braked a little bit earlier, or not screwed up my braking point, I'd have been right on them by now. But unfortunately, where I ended up braking there, it left me kind of pushing right out wide and actually going onto the rumble strip as well. So thankfully anyway, or maybe not thankfully, the guys ahead were all quite bunched up and having a bit of a fight. So we've caught the guy up anyway. Didn't really take that long to do that. And at this point, I can see those cars ahead of this red car sort of going side by side, and it's making me a little bit apprehensive. If those guys kind of tangle with each other, they'll probably end up taking us out, and it's not really worth getting involved in that sort of accident. So even though I've got the red car ahead of me, and that's the car that I want to kind of follow through the pack, my eye is very much drawn down to the two guys ahead of that, just sort of seeing what they're doing, getting ready at any moment for them to basically cause an accident and leave me having to either dodge it or sort of take evasive action as quick as possible. So it seems the guy ahead of me, even though he's rank 2, he's not particularly good on the brakes. I seem to be able to gain a lot of him, and it actually catches me out sometimes when I'm behind him, just how early and badly he's braking. And it's like here, like it's actually throwing me off, because I'm actually having an over brake, because then I'm getting too close to the back of him, and that's locking up the tyres slightly. That's then actually making me push a bit wide into the corner. So I need to sort of keep that in mind, just so that it might be worth me actually braking a bit earlier, just like him, to then actually get a bit better into that sort of section, because I keep getting dropped by about half a second to a second into that section, which is not ideal. Ultimately here, once again, just staying with the guy ahead, trying to push on, hoping that somebody makes a mistake ahead. It's not particularly ideal, but this track's not the best to overtake. The best way to do this track really is to get a good exit out here, which I actually did this time, and just basically carry the momentum the whole way up, try to get in their slipstream, and if you're really brave, try to pass them up the inside under the brakes. So I'm not going to do that this time. It would be a bit of a dodgy lunge, because what you'll find is, as with this guy here, he's just pulling straight across the apex. So if I tried to go up the inside there, that would have been my car that he was just coming across. And some drivers might give you space, but it's just no guarantee. iRacing, it's kind of a bit hit and miss on how kind of safety conscious the drivers are, and unfortunately down in 11th position you can't really be expecting the best sort of driving standard, even in top split. And he's probably also feeling the pressure a bit like myself, thinking, right, okay, I'm actually quite a high ranked driver on here and I'm down in 11th, so should be improving. So up ahead here, the pink car's just gone completely wide. He totally ruined that, and now they're side by side, so totally holding on here for cars to crash into each other. And the red car almost looked like he was trying to capitalise on it, and he's trying to go for it. He's trying to go around the outside, but he's not quite done it. So an interesting position for me here. There's not too much I can do, but I'm just kind of waiting. And the car in red's just completely kind of ruined my line there, because he's gone so shallow. He's lost all of his momentum, and I've basically got nowhere to go here. I'm just stuck behind both of them. I could potentially stuck it up the inside, but it's just there's no space, so I'm currently running 3 wide. Not a good place to be, and yeah, the red guy is braking so early that it's almost off-putting. But he has got through, so can we follow him through here? No. The pink car, the pink car is so close to hitting me there. Just need to hold it, get in his draft, and I think we're through. I think we've got that position finally. So this was the tactic that I originally wanted to go for, which was just hang on to this red guy. Hopefully he'll carve a way through, and he just did there, but he's just gone wide there, so it's not filling me with confidence either. So yeah, he's already sort of pulling away now that car's gone, so it's now a case of me trying to push a bit harder. I've just got to kind of catch up to him, keep with him, make sure he doesn't get away. He's kind of pushed quite wide there, which is not the best line, and I'm back on him again. So to be honest, even though earlier I let him through thinking that he would be quite a good pace setter, I must admit I think he's probably holding me up more than anything. I think when I looked at lap times compared to what I was doing in quali, we're probably about half a second to a second off that pace, so we're probably losing time behind this guy. I don't exactly know what is going on with him. Maybe he's just like me. He hasn't really practiced and he's just jumped in for the first time in 6 months. But yeah, let's just see if we can catch up to him. See if we can catch up to the cars ahead of that. He brakes so early there. It's almost off-putting. The car. Whoa! The car ahead is just obviously completely missed their braking point. Gone completely wide. He managed to keep it on though, which is quite handy. But that obviously does give us a chance now to try to catch him up. So it's just a case of seeing what we can do from this position. I kind of almost would like to get past the red car really, but then that possibly could cause an accident until we're past the blue car. So it's just a case of right, he seems to be going up the inside, so can we follow him through here? So try it. Oh dear, that's pretty tight. They're completely side by side and the red car has gone through, but that isn't the best for me now. So I'm trying to do a cut back to try to get the under. No. Question is this going to end badly for both of them? And ultimately I've got this in the back of my mind, if those two take each other out, I'm right in the position to get caught. But no, it looks like the red car's through. So this is definitely not good for me. I need to get past this blue car, and oh dear, whoops, just a slight tap. Hopefully the stewards won't say anything about that, but yeah, just need to get past him. You can already see the red car's just off, so if we'd been stuck behind the blue car for another, I don't know, even quarter of a lap down the straight, we would have probably been left behind. But at least in this state I can get in his toe. I should gain on him again under this brakes. Yeah, just completely gained on him there. Get a good line out of here again, straight into his slipstream, and now we're just chasing him down the straight. So getting the slipstream, hopefully not mess up my braking point down here, and we should catch him right up. Kind of on it, just need to not run wide here. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think we've gained another 2/10 or so. See if we can gain him again. You can already see that the car ahead of the red car is now, we're both gaining on that quite quickly. So it just shows you that even though our qualifying was total rubbish, actually we seem to have pretty good pace compared to the rest of the field. And actually looking at the map, even the leader isn't that far ahead when you consider that we obviously had quite a lot of traffic and a few battles going on. So my plan here coming onto this bit is, can I just carry a good load of speed on? And feels not too bad. Looks like he's got a bit more momentum out of me, but I'm not too far away. I should be able to get in that toe behind him and just gain a little bit further, and hopefully if I don't mess up the braking point at the corner coming up here, I should be really close behind him after this. So let's see how we get on under the brakes. Yeah, we can getting pretty close now. So I know we haven't got too much longer this race. It's not a particularly long race, the Ferrari GT3 series, but I'm kind of thinking either we catch the guy ahead and both get past him, or ideally I will actually get past this guy as well. So definitely gained on him a lot for that lap. Hopefully put some pressure on him. Perhaps he'll make a mistake, so get a bit closer. Like we're right on him now, so he'll see us in the mirror, know we're there, and yeah, we can potentially force him into a bit of a mistake and just slip past him. Also we're catching the car ahead, so that car might actually hold both of us up, but it might make an opportunity as he tries to get past if there's any mistakes made. Seem to pull away slightly on that bit, so it's just a case now of trying to get this hooked up, and slight understeer. I had to go down to first just to get it to rotate in, and yeah, I think I've lost a bit too much momentum there. I could have done with being a lot closer to him coming out of that. The ideal would be if I was close enough to get that proper slipstream, and then considering he's rubbish on the brakes on this corner, I could just slip it down the inside and then probably actually just hold him out and kind of force the pass to happen. So right behind him again, just keep applying that pressure, keep thinking, right, okay, let's see what we can do from here. I think we're probably coming on to either last lap or the one before the last lap now, because I think these races are time based. That's why the lap count has kind of gone a bit iffy on exactly what it's showing, because it's not really laps, it's time. When the time ends, then the race ends. So just trying to kind of hold on to him. The tyres are starting to go, but thankfully, this being such a short race, it's actually not too bad on the tyres, although it does end up with you carrying a lot of fuel at the start, which can never help. So yeah, just keep applying that pressure. I think really the only chance I'd probably have now is to really get a good exit out here, and I did gain on him, but it sort of pushed a bit wide on the exit, and that sort of lost it for me there. So it doesn't look like there's a particular chance to improve here. I think I'm going to cross the line in 8th, and ultimately that's not a bad result for a race that I haven't raced for a long time. And hopefully practicing in the gear I'll get a bit better, and hopefully have some more videos and you guys can follow the adventures next time.